Though she wishes to use her powers for good, Asano recounts their part in her tragic past.
I must say, your display of power was quite astonishing. One moment there wasn't a single cloud in the sky, and the next we were drenched to the bone. The townsfolk were certainly appreciative, and that means much in these trying times. Where did you learn such sorcery?
Witchcraft.
I was born with it, as were my forebears.
Maybe she's born with
In the far
it.
reaches
Maybe
of
it's
Hyzant,
Maybelline.
my people dwell, acting as shamans and summoning rain when the people cried for it.
You hail from Hyzant? I suppose we should count our blessings that you found your way to our ranks.
Flashback.com. Holy State of Hyzant.
Ah, so you're Asano. We've heard tell of a witch using her dark arts to frighten the peasants into submission. Rest assured, we shall conduct a thorough investigation into these rumors. In the meantime, your presence is requested at the Hierophant's palace.
Rumors from whom? There are no dark arts being practiced here. And the people are not scared of me. I provide them rain when they require it. That is all.
Quiet, witch! Save your remonstrations for the Inquisition.
And then they walk off and don't make her come with them to the Hierophant.
Is this their investigation? My guilt was decided ere they laid eyes upon me.
Perhaps they are threatened by the sight of the common folk
Asano's
huddled
lover?
around your warning smile.
No! We aren't in there. No.
The goddess of salt is a jealous mistress, after all, and her subjects cannot well suffer another to be so adored. It is as you said. If you appear before the Inquisition, you will surely be found guilty, and the punishment will be grave.
Your grave.
Then what recourse is left to me?
Fuckity
If
bye.
the tentacles of the church can reach this far, then nowhere in Hyzant is safe. We must flee our borders and go far from the gaze of the zealots.
We?
It will be just as we promised each other. We'll start a new life, together.
We? Got bad
Is
news
that
for you,
truly
mate. You're
what
not
you
there in the
want?
future.
'Tis hardly the new beginning we envisioned.
That matters not. Only that it is ours.
Very well. Then let us meet again at nightfall. You know where. Until then, my love.
I shall count the minutes till next we meet.
Ruh-roh. Man's gonna die. Man's gonna get jailed. Something bad's happening to him. It's the old Donna Noble asking why her name ain't in
Alas,
River Song's
he
book
did not come.
scenario.
Another victim of the Inquisition's tyranny. Had he never met me, would he still be alive today? Should I have said nothing and fled alone in the night?
I am sorry for your loss, but you mustn't blame yourself. It was hardly your fault.
Wait, did I just... Okay, I did... I was thinking, and then I missed her say this bit, and then I was like, wait, what? He did not come, another victim of the Inquisition's tyranny. I mean... You don't know that. Someone not turning up does not mean that they are dead, necessarily.
And you do not know his fate for certain. He could very well still
there
be
we go.
alive.
Perhaps. I tried to seek him out, but there was little I could do with the church's agents breathing down my neck.
Well, don't worry, you got
They
me
burned
now.
down his home,
Forget about him.
and his family was never heard from again. I fear the worst.
Time to move on! Plenty
The
more
goddess
fish
of
in the
salt
sea.
must be named so for the tears she causes. She took everything from me. Her minions, all of Hyzant, they bear responsibility for my grief. And I aim to see that they answer for it. Although we have known each other only briefly, I sense a strong ally in you. Will you lend me your sword when the time comes?
Of course. Of that you can be certain.
Pew, pew, pew. Dum diddly dum. Okay, what's the other one? The other one is Gila. Reflects on both Frederica's growth and her own changes over the years. Okay, we're gonna save that one. Let us head in here then. With the help of the bandit, Serenoa's party searches for the treasure. But... ... But... ... But... ...
So this book is gonna help us find the treasure.
That it will. We found it stuffed in the deepest, darkest recesses of the Frosty archives. My thieving senses tell me it'll lead us to something that'll make us all rich.
Frost's most confidential information is stored in the archives. There is definitely something of import in there.
Never thought I'd say this, but good steal.
It wasn't easy, but I had to. For Pa. Sadly, it's locked up tight, and trust me, you won't be forcing that thing open. I tried.
I think Frederica might be able to get it open. Or Gila?
I see. It's sealed with
Oh
powerful
no.
magic.
Frederica, come on.
Would we
Your
need
mum
another spell to
did it,
counter
right?
the seal?
There's probably a key that can open it.
I think you are the key,
I
Frederica.
had the same thought. It's probably nestled somewhere in this village.
What makes you say that?
Take a good look at the cover, and you'll see a map of Norzelia.
Indeed, there is. If this is the Norzelia River, then this must be the Wolfort domain.
In which case, those jewels are right on...
This village.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Frederica's not the key. I thought her mum like would have locked it in a way that only her daughter could open it. Or something.
Jerome, do you have any notion where it could be?
I've never seen a key that would fit in that sort of lock.
Are you sure it's not just coincidence?
It could be, but if it isn't,
Then the key is in this village. And the treasure in this book must be related to the Roselle. And it may shed light on the nature of the salt crystal.
Then let's search the village.
Salt crystal? Care explaining?
In due time. First, we find the key. And when searching for lost things, a thief can be most useful. Can we count on your assistance, Drish?
I mean, that is the reason we spared her life.
Sure you can, Chief. It's what our lot do best.
Sure you can, Chief. Okay, okay. Don't make me investigate this village again, I swear to God. Hours later. Okay, hopefully we just skip over the searching part.
We've scoured the village but have found nothing that resembles a key.
Well, shit. Are you sure it's not just you, Frederica?
However, our search wasn't entirely fruitless. Trish told us an interesting story from when she stole the book. Share with the others, if you will.
I saw Gustadolf having a wank.
The book seems to be titled The Diary of Orlea. Or, at least that's what the stuffy-looking attendant said it was. Didn't mean much to me at the time, but...
Orlea? But that's...
Yes. My mother.
I guess she didn't
As
realize,
you know,
yeah.
she led the uprising of the Roselle and laid the foundations of this very village after escaping from the source.
For some reason, I assumed that she knew that it was Orlea's book, but she didn't, so makes sense that she wouldn't have tried to open it yet. But hopefully she will now.
Sometime after that, she met my father, the former Archduke.
Frederica, if indeed it was your mother who penned this book, then I believe you may already have the key.
Oh, I'm right. Fuck yeah.
Of course. The thing we've been searching for has been around my neck this entire time.
It's Serenoa's hands. Lamau hours later. they spent hours searching for the key, and they actually didn't need to move a single fucking inch. How mad, how molding is everyone else in this circle right now?
So this was my mother's book.
Pray, read it for us, Frederica.
This is a legend handed down by the Roselles since times of old. It is the secret history of Norzelia. I, Orlea Roselle, am recording the legend here as the last keeper of these histories.
Oh, hello? In ancient
times, the Roselle lived in Centralia, a land to the distant south of Norzelia.
Oh god.
It sat on the shore of the sea, a source that extended to the horizon and beyond. It was said to be a paradise, a place where people never wanted for salt.
Do you get it? Do you get it? We're in Norzelia because it's north, and below us is Centralia, or whatever the fuck it was called, because it's central. And then below that would be Souzalia or something. God damn it.
The Roselle knew more about salt than anyone, for it was a part of their everyday lives. In those days, Norzelia still rested at the bottom of the sea.
What?
But a cataclysm brought it to the surface, turning it into land.
We're just skipping over the fact that a cataclysm happened?
The sea dried up, and the small portion that remained is what we know today as the source. Eventually, many people migrated to the new land of Norzelia.
I want to hear more about this cataclysm.
They waged war over the source, wishing to get their hands on its precious salt. Our ancestors came to Norzelia in hopes of putting an end to the fighting. They knew that the salt still remained, even without the sea. It merely crystallized and sank deep into the earth.
I wonder what the fuck the other continents or countries or whatever, like Centralia, think about the fact that Esfrost and Hyzant and Glenbrook are all, you know, killing the shit out of each other. Like, I kind of I was working under the assumption that these were the only places in this world kind of thing, because they didn't mention any others, you can't see any others on the map, so I was going, okay, whatever, this world, there's just these 3 places, that is just how it works kind of thing. But, now that they've brought them into it, that means there are other civilizations out there who are not intervening in any way. Can you imagine if, like, America and Canada started just, like, killing the shit out of each other, and the rest of the world is just like, they're like, yeah, this is fine. Let's just not do anything about this. I mean, maybe they don't know, because I guess there's no, like, fucking TV crews relaying information halfway around the world. I don't know. But now they've introduced the concept that these are not the only places. I'm like, well, why is there not, like, interest and stuff, and people coming from the other places and seeing what's going on? I don't know.
After all their searching, they unearthed a giant crystal. No, a very pillar of salt. They showed it to the people of Norzelia, told them that salt could be found beneath their very feet. However, those who had seized control over the source sought to reign over all of Norzelia by controlling the salt. They, the holy state of Hyzant, attacked and slaughtered the Roselle. They hid the pillar, erased the existence of salt crystals, and imprisoned the surviving Roselle at the source. Thus we were branded sinners, criminals who wanted sole dominion over the land's salt. To justify their own monopoly, Hyzant created the goddess's teachings. But she needed a villain. To this very day, the Roselle are scorned, made to shed blood and tears, all in her name. But the goddess herself is proof of the Rosellan legends. I saw it with my own eyes during the uprising. Inside of her statue is the pillar of salt that was taken from our ancestors.
Interesting.
But I could not expose the truth of the goddess. It took everything I had just to get a fragment. But that piece is the key to freeing the Roselle.
Well, let's blow the shit out of that statue.
It must be. For my brethren who continue to suffer for a crime they did not commit.
Added the Diary of Orleia to notes. Man, this is really crazy, because, like, there were 2 other options we could have done. You know?
The Holy State's teachings are false. The goddess's blessings spread across all Norzelia.
Like, that is a huge lore dump there. Learning about the past, learning about the Pillar of Salt, learning that it's inside the statue. Also the fact that Trish has joined our party. That is like a huge amount of stuff that would not have happened if we'd have chosen different paths, and we'd have instead got some other, I hope, crazy revelations also. Like, I would hope that all 3 paths are equally interesting. But, yeah, like, it would just be completely different. So, I wonder, this must send us in a completely different direction to what would have happened if we went anywhere else. Because, like, now that's going to be our end goal, right? Surely. The end goal is now going to be get that fucking Pillar of Salt, destroy the statue, get it out there, free the Roselle, etc. But, like, if we hadn't come here, then we wouldn't know about that, and we would never think to do that. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely... When I started the game, I really didn't think there were going to be that many different paths, and it turns out there's fucking loads, man. They have really done a great job with that. It's like, you can take some significantly different routes through the game.
The blessing of the true goddess. The blessing that shall be the key to the chains that bind our people.
Assuming, of course, that both the other routes don't also somehow end up with you getting the same information. That would be disappointing to discover, but I'm guessing it doesn't.
The blessing my mother spoke of was the salt crystal.
And the false teachings referred to salt existing outside the source. It would be the key to ending Hyzant's monopoly on salt. This has the power to change Norzelia as we know it, but it is not something we can recklessly proclaim.
But I cannot forgive Hyzant. They rewrote history with their false doctrines and continue to oppress the Roselle, all to maintain their power over salt.
We have the keys that can unlock the fetters that have bound us for so long. We need only find a way to use them.
Well, I am a member of the Saintly Seven. I must be able to do something. I must be able to at least walk down there.
Right now, all we have is a salt crystal. We would
Can
not
I
be able
sneak
to
a
prove
bomb
that
in my
more
back
salt
pocket
lies beneath
and
the
just
earth,
blow
or
it
even
up?
the truth of the goddess's statue.
I don't care how much time it takes. Can we not find out the truth?
House Wolford is currently under the banner of Hyzant.
We could also, you know, just pop back to the fucking mine that I think nobody is doing anything with at the moment and mine the shit out of the salt there and just start distributing it. And, like, it would take a while, but eventually Hyzant would realize, huh, they aren't buying our salt anymore. Wonder why? And then people would eventually discover that, oh, it's because they've got their own supply of salt, which means it comes from outside the source, and then, like, you know, at that point, their teachings would crumble, and etc., etc. It would be a bit of a slow process, but if we just get that mine going, I'm pretty sure we could just solve everything without having to actually go fight Hyzant.
We may be branded as rebels if the Holy State deems our actions as defiance of the goddess.
And so, history would repeat itself.
But my mother has given us a chance with this book. I cannot simply let it pass me by.
No, of course not.
I understand how you feel, and the responsibility of House Wolford to the Roselle. Please give me some time to think, Frederica.
Of course. I believe in House Wolford. And in you, Serenoa.
I believe.
You deserve credit as well, Lady Frederica. You and your mother are the reasons we can wield this truth. You are a friend of the Roselle, now and forever. Walk proud with the knowledge that you have served your people well.
I shall. Thank you, Jerome.
Goes up to a fucking Roselle and says, "You are a friend of the Roselle." She is a Roselle. What do you mean you're a friend to the Roselle? You are the Roselle.
There is none other I would trust to lead our people into the future. Where you go, we shall follow. Of that you have my word.
I shall count on it.
I think I follow you. These salt crystals, they're the treasure we're looking for?
Indeed.
Correct. And not a word to anyone of what's written in this book.
Mum's the word, promise. Guess that means you don't want any suspicious-looking fellows anywhere near this place. Now, I know we haven't always seen eye to eye, but how'd you feel about leaving the protection of this village to Pa and the others? Decrepit as he is, he can still bust heads better than any rank-and-file troops. I can promise that much.
Can
For
we
what
trust
it's worth,
you?
I believe her. Her sort aren't known for lying.
Okay, I'll trust Eridor.
As do I. Then I leave the protection of the village to Travis. I hope that's fine with you, Jerome.
The Roselle treat all creeds fairly, so long as we are treated fairly and kind.
Very based.
Thank you for your understanding. Well then, we should return to the capital. I would consult with Benedict and Roland on this new turn of events.
Alright. The Trot of Thieves completed. Save. 41.5 hours. Oh boy. Bum 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 bum.
Roland, Benedict, and Frederica regroup back in the capital. But what they experienced while they were away could very well alter the course of destiny itself.
Now, Bungie makes that game. Chapter 15, Part 3, Fate. Oh, shit. We've got the bold-sounding single-word chapter title. Uh-oh. Fate.
What is so important you wish to speak to me alone?
Didn't we blow up that
Lord
ship?
Serenoa, promise me you will remain calm. I come bearing grave news.
Uh-oh. What's up with Dad?
Your Lord Father has passed.
Oh.
What? But how? I thought he was recovering.
It was not the illness that took him, my lord. He was assassinated.
What?
Assassinated?
Forgive me. I was unable to stop the villain.
Holy fuck. Well, I guess we know what would have happened if we went to see Dad then. Fucking hell. That's very interesting, because like I said at the time, I bet nobody chooses that. Like, obviously, second playthrough, when you know this happens, you might choose that. But I'm sure that, like, essentially, no one chooses that in the first playthrough, because it seems like such a nothing option compared to the other two. But if you do choose that, you will surely be able to defeat them and save his life, and then I wonder what... Maybe he has information for you that he learned during the war, and then we can progress from there, maybe, because he saved his life. I wonder if that's how that goes. I wonder who the villain was. Are you going to tell me? Did you see him?
Who would send someone to kill my father? And why?
It was Patriot of the Royalists.
Oh, shit!
He believes House Wolford a hindrance to King Roland's rule. No doubt he meant to kill both you and your father in one fell swoop.
Oh, well, it's time to fucking go and stab
Tell me
Patriot
Roland
in
was
his
not
fucking
involved in
ass.
this plot.
I can assure you His Majesty knew nothing of this. But disclosing the truth would put us in a precarious position. At worst, it could lead to civil war. It is
Hey,
best
Anna,
you
I've got a
hide
job
the
for you.
fact of Lord Simon's assassination.
Anna, I'm gonna need you to go
want
and
me to
fucking
say he
break his
succumbed to
neck.
his illness. How can I pay respect to my father with such lies on my lips?
My lord, your father entrusted me with one final order.
What did he say?
He asked me to tell you the truth.
Oh?
The truth about what?
I ask you to listen calmly, my lord.
Oh god, what are we about to learn?
You are not Lord Simon's son by blood.
What?
Your true father is King Regna.
What?
His Majesty sired a child out of wedlock with the Lady Destra. That child is you.
What? I'm Roland's brother?
Lady Destra lived in the Crown City, but she was not a woman of means. Someone of her position could never hope to marry a king.
Oh shit. Am I older than Roland? I can't remember if they've given ages. If I'm older than Roland, that would make me the rightful heir, not him. Oh shit. Oh shit. Obviously, I wouldn't take it from him, but he might not see it that way. If he were to find out, he might see us as a threat, and we are under Hyzant's banner, so that would probably compound it. And we didn't choose to stay in the city, we chose to go to the Roselle instead, so that might compound it further. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Or indeed keep her head once the Royalists discovered what had happened. Lord Simon knew this, and so he welcomed her and the baby in her belly to House Wolfort. He and I were the only two who knew her secret. We had intended to carry it with us to our graves. But in his last moment, Lord Simon bade me give this to you.
The royal signet of Glenbrook.
King Regna entrusted it, and you, to Lord Simon, as proof of your place in the royal line.
Is this...
Could that not be
truly
very
who I
easily
am?
forged?
I know it may be difficult to accept.
We can't tell fucking anyone about
No,
this.
I believe it. I have never known you to speak false to me.
We cannot tell fucking
Thank you
anyone
for telling
about
me
this.
what my father wished me to know.
You would still call him father?
You
Well,
raised me
yes.
as his own. And besides, I must keep up the pretense in front of the others.
Had zero relationship
Especially
with
in
King
front of
Regna, had years and years and years and years and years
This
of
stays between us, Benedict.
Simone being my
I
dad.
must
Of
keep the
course, I'd
truth
still
of my
call him dad.
parentage and this ring safe.
Of course, my lord. As you command.
Benedict has rejoined your party. Nice. That's fucking nuts, though. What? What? That shit cray. Man. Hey there,
Is there something
brother.
on your
I
mind,
mean,
Roland?
friend.
Serenoa, I do not know what I should do.
What's up?
Did
Hey man,
something
I've just
happen in
had
the
so much
capital?
shit dropped on me. Just
No,
let
that
it all
problem
out.
has been dealt with. I've made sure those damned royalists will never cause trouble again.
Oh yeah?
Was such harsh punishment truly necessary?
Of course it was. When they should have been helping to rebuild the kingdom, they instead profited off the people's hardship. And on top of that, they sought to string me up as their puppet king.
I understand, but
You know what they told me? They said that is what Glenbrook truly is. That it must be ruled with the royalists' careful mediation between the royal family and their loyal subjects. They said good kings need not think for themselves. They said my father and my brother understood that.
even if that is true, You have the power to change it.
I tried. That is the entire reason I took the throne. But nothing has changed. No matter how many corrupt aristocrats I've cast out. This kingdom has always been broken. As Frost's invasion just ensured we could never put the pieces back together. I do not have the strength to reconcile a land and people torn apart by hatred and greed. I cannot give Glenbrook what it needs, king though I may be.
Well,
Roland.
I've got news for you. You can abdicate, and I'll take that fucking spot, mate. No, we shouldn't tell
Apologies,
him.
my friend.
We shouldn't tell him that, I don't think.
I should not burden you with my woes.
You burden me with nothing. But if you are struggling,
All is well. Trust me. So long as you are by my side.
Roland has rejoined your party. Nice. He's definitely under a lot of pressure, though. I hope he doesn't crack. Please be all right.
that is the extent of what happened during our various endeavors. The passing of my Lord Father, the Royalist scandal, and the book that revealed the truth about the Roselle and the Salt. It is time we consider what we shall do to overcome these obstacles facing us.
I still cannot believe how quickly Lord Simon's condition worsened.
Yeah,
Just most
yeah, you and me both. Crazy that.
Serenoa, did your father say nothing else to you? Before he...
He bade me lead House Wolfort well.
I see.
And take the crap. We
must all do what we can to help you honor that request.
Your Majesty, what do you plan to do about the Royalists who misappropriated supplies?
As far as I've been able to discern, those involved acted out of greed and self-interest. They must all be punished. Nothing less than exile from the kingdom or execution will suffice.
But there are those among them who support the Glenbrook line. Will that not impact your governance?
Perhaps. But to pardon their crimes would kindle the people's ire. We must make an example of them. To appease the people. To make clear the consequences of engaging in such foolhardy behavior.
Did something else happen in the capital, King Roland?
I think it did.
Nothing you need concern yourself with.
Oh, come on, tell me. Tell me.
I must say, I was shocked to learn of that Rosellan legend. Do you suppose the contents of that book could be true?
Yes, obviously.
The part about their homeland, Centralia, that sits upon a vast saltwater sea?
Centralia.
That of the untapped salt crystals beneath Norzelia? Or that, in order to monopolize the salt trade, Hyzant fabricated the Roselle's sins? That the pillar of salt Hyzant stole from the Roselle is hidden within the statue of the goddess? If any of it is true, it would turn everything we know on its head. It would mean the teachings of the Holy State are not but lies.
It does
Imagine
sound
following
unbelievable,
that all your life.
but we have already seen part of this legend for ourselves.
The crystal from the Rosellan village?
That crystal is a fragment from the pillar within the statue of the goddess. One my mother obtained during the uprising.
It fits perfectly.
Apparently, Lady Orlea penned the book detailing the legend for Frederica.
She did. She enchanted it so no one could open it, but left me the key to break the spell. This pendant.
I doubt a mother would go to such lengths to lie to her daughter.
Then we agree the legend contains at least a seed of truth.
Hello.
Your Majesty, we have received word that the survivors of the Duchy's army are amassing.
Oh, goody.
What? Where?
At the Grand Norzellian mines.
Oh,
but we cannot
good.
be sure what they are doing. None of our scouts have returned.
These frosty dogs. We will speak later, Serenoa. First, we must put down whatever the Duchy is planning at the mines. I need you and your people beside me.
Of course. We shall ready ourselves for the battle at once.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Yuck, yuck. Meanwhile, inside the mines. Inside your mines.
Extraction is nearly finished. We've secured the amount we were told.
That's fucking Benedict's voice actor, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's Benedict's voice actor putting on a bit of a nasally accent.
Seems such a waste to just leave the rest.
That is so
Don't think
Benedict's
Archduke
voice actor.
Gustav
What the
gives two
fuck?
shits.
That sounds so silly.
Hurry it up. We need to be...
Hang on, what was that? Extraction's nearly finished. We've secured the amount we were told. Okay, it's definitely the salt then, right? Seems such a waste to leave the rest. Yeah,
done here
it's gotta be
before
the salt.
Glenbrook catches on to us.
Sir.
Sir, my name's Benedict. I've disguised myself. Oh, that was it? Okay. I thought that would be a big decision point chapter with just a single word, fate. You know, it sounds pretty major. I mean, I guess we did get some pretty big revelations about ourselves, huh? So I suppose that's why. But yeah, I was expecting a big decision. Are we going back to the map? Not yet.
Roland and House Wolffort succeed in reclaiming Glenbrook, but they cannot rest easy, for new dilemmas threaten to tear the kingdom apart. For one, the secret of Serenoa's birth come to light with Lord Simon's passing. Meanwhile, the newly crowned King Roland struggles to reconcile his ideals with reality after punishing the Royalists. Finally, there's the truth about the Roselle and the untapped salt crystals buried within the earth, revealed in a book to Frederica from her late mother. None of these revelations have an easy solution. As all parties discuss the matters, they receive word that the survivors of the Asfrosti army are gathering at the Grand Norzellian mines. Forced to put all else aside to focus on driving out their foe, Serenoa and his comrades steel themselves for battle.
Bum 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 bum. Chapter 16. Sleep, my friend. Oh god. That sounds like somebody's what you say to someone who's about to die. Sleep, my friend. I don't know.
The remnants of the Asfrosti forces are gathering at the Grand Norzellian mines. Or perhaps I should say they are rallying there, preparing to defend it to the last.
Something tells me you're right. Gustadolf may have used Lord Dragan's murder as pretext for invading Glenbrook. Yet I believe his true aim was to seize control, not of our kingdom, but of the mines.
Once Glenbrook fell to them, Esfrost did indeed continue mining operations, with notable zeal. Apparently, they transported huge shipments of what they excavated to the duchy, too.
That'll be the salt then.
Iron ore. One would assume as much, but we do not know for certain.
Are you all stupid?
They say only a chosen few were allowed to have anything to do with the mining or transport.
You've got to be stupid, right? You know that they have shitloads of iron up in Esfrost. They don't need to mine our iron. So it has to be salt, right? You've all recently learned about how there's salt fucking everywhere in the ground. And they're doing it with renewed zeal, and only a chosen few are allowed to have anything to do with it. So come on, someone, please, put fucking 2 and 2 together here.
Odd, ain't it? Granted, the iron from the Grand Norzellian mines is supposed to be decent stuff.
But the Duchy has access to plenty of other iron mines of comparable quality.
Come on,
There's certainly no
work
need
it
to
out.
go to such pains to obtain resources from this one.
Someone, please.
Reckon there's something special about it?
Please, anyone, have a brain.
What my mother wrote of must be true.
Oh, thank God. Frederica, I knew I loved you.
I've returned from scouting the Grand Norzellian mines. There were no signs of miners or couriers anywhere. The enemy's numbers do not appear that great, but the soldiers were occupied with some task within the mine. I cannot say exactly how many they are.
Thank you, Hewitt. Well done. Well, there you have it. The Asfrosti army is scheming something at the mines. Whatever they are planning, we cannot allow them to continue unchallenged.
Then let us reclaim the Grand Norzellian mines.
Indeed.
And in doing so, we shall discover the Duchy's aims in due course.
We should really invent guns. We shouldn't. Guns are not good. But in this world, boy would guns beat fucking everything. Right. No side quests? No. Alright, well, that is where we're going to leave it for today. Coming up, we have the Hierophant's Palace. The Saintly Seven gather at the Hierophant's Palace without Serenoa. I'm sure that'll go great. And we've also got the character story, of course. And then we'll be heading in for a battle in the mine, I assume. So, I really don't know how much of the game is left, man. Like, every time I think it's coming to a climax, like, it's then like, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, we're definitely getting this war between Esfrost and Hyzant, right? Like, there's no way that we don't see that. So, if we're not at that point, then we're probably not near the end of the game yet. So, it's crazy. It's longer than I expected. It's more, like, complicated with all the various story paths that it can go down than I expected. It's very, very good. I think this is a fucking excellent game, aside from the XP stuff, but like 90% excellent game. Very cool. Really enjoying. Hope you are too. If you are, if you could leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share the videos around, share the playlist around if you can. I would really appreciate that. And I'll see you next time for more Triangle Strategy. Thanks for watching. See you then.